Just like a young Spartan warrior, I entered the wolves' den without a spear, ready to earn their respect. This is the story of how I walked into a pitch competition and came out with the best pitch of the night, and even more importantly, the alliances that would shape the battles to come. At first, I felt calm, cool, collected. I was confident, excited. I had rehearsed my pitch. I knew my story, but then the room started filling up. People took their seats. The energy suddenly shifted. Suddenly, my mind began to go blank. I started thinking about everything that could go wrong. What if I froze? What if I stumbled? What if I failed? For a split second, I thought about running out of there, pretending I was sick. It felt like my body was screaming at me to escape. The feeling was the same as the first time I fought in a Muay Thai competition, except this time I wasn't stepping into a ring. I was stepping into something much harder, a psychological battle. So I did the only thing I could. I breathed deep, steady breaths. I reminded myself there was no escape. The only way forward was through. And then it happened. They called my name. I walked up to the front, ready to face the wolves and the 100 eyes behind them, watching, waiting to see if I could break. Would I be eaten alive, or would I walk away with wolf pelts? As I shook the wolves' hands, something incredible happened. The nervousness disappeared. My mind cleared. Confidence took over. In that moment, I remembered only my pitch, nothing else. I spoke from the heart. I told my story, and the crowd leaned in. When I finished, one of the wolves called it the best pitch of the night. I won. But the victory wasn't just applause. The real prize came afterwards. VCs approached me. Entrepreneurs offered to help. Strangers came up to say they believed in my mission to solve crime faster with AI. I didn't leave with pelts. I left with alliances. Afterwards, multiple people, including the wolves themselves, told me my storytelling made the difference. The hosts had warned us, 2 minutes is never enough to pitch, but I knew the pitch itself wasn't the whole battle, it was just the hook. The real conversations would happen later, at the after party. Here's the framework I used. Hook them with data, touch the heart, show what CrimeAl does, support it with a mission, close with a clear ask. 5 moves, simple but in the right order. They can win any room. When I moved to Miami from Colorado, I didn't have friends here. I didn't have a network. Just like a Spartan sent into the forest with nothing but grit, I had to survive on willpower alone. Epic Talks became my battleground, a place where entrepreneurs connect, share ideas, and put themselves on the line. And the person who gave me this opportunity, Melissa Waggy, is like a Spartan queen. She doesn't fight on the battlefield, but she forges warriors by giving them the stage. She builds communities of leaders by giving them the chance to prove themselves. That night, she gave me that chance, and I took it. Startups are war. The odds are stacked against us. Like the 300 facing the massive Persian army, victory doesn't come from numbers alone. It comes from alliances. That's how the underdog turns the tide. But the biggest lesson of the night wasn't about winning a pitch. It was about vulnerability. Vulnerability is modern day alchemy. It can turn chance encounters into a bond that lasts. At the event, I met someone who lost both parents in a plane crash when they were just 17. Hearing their story reminded me that everyone carries battles we don't see. When we talk about those battles openly, the walls between us fall. Suddenly, we're not just talking about business. We're talking about survival, meaning, and purpose. That night, I realized vulnerability is what transforms strangers into allies. It's the spark that forges real connection. For me, that mission is CrimeAl. I didn't build it because I had everything figured out. When I started, I didn't see the how. I only saw the vision. I knew investigators were drowning in case files, wasting time on paperwork instead of finding answers. I knew too many cases were collecting dust, and I knew AI could change that. So I funded it myself. I built what I could. I tested it with real investigators, and I kept pushing. And now doors are opening that I never could have imagined. The vision is starting to come together. I walked into that pitch as a Spartan, nervous but ready to fight for my life. But I left as an alchemist, with a tribe, with new alliances, and with the knowledge that vision and vulnerability can transform the impossible into reality.